Good afternoon. My name is J Higgins. I want to thank you for joining me this afternoon for this podcast. Today we are going to discuss the benefits of mentorship to the teaching and learning program at the Marcus Garvey Technical High School. With us today, we have senior teachers, Mr. Orville Ferguson, Miss Latoya Chambers, and junior teachers, Miss Karen Dennis, Mr. Andre Williamson, and Mr. Bertram Watson. Thank you all for joining me today.
You're welcome.
I want to start with senior teacher, Miss Latoya Chambers. You have been a senior teacher at this institution. You have been a teacher for over 18 years. And I just want you to give me your views on how you believe this mentorship program benefits the teaching and learning process in the school.
Well, every educational institution's objective is to have output that are basically ready for the world of work. But what happens is that during the life of an educational institution, we'll always have persons who are new to the career itself, joining staff, or persons who may have had experience elsewhere coming on board. However, every institution has its own culture. And in addition to what is standard, you may find that the new teachers may need some form of guide, some form of leadership. I think that those who are a part, or who have been a part of the system for a period of time will be most qualified to help in leading or taking these new teachers under their wings. To be approachable, to give directives, to counsel, etc. In the absence of these, then you'll find the teaching and learning process being severely hampered. Because as it relates to record keeping, you may find individuals who may not be so versed with it as new teachers. The older teachers or the more senior teachers or experienced teachers, therefore, may be able to give guidance where this is concerned. Additionally, the mentorship, I believe, would carry some emotional aspect too, whereby you may find a new teacher who may be downtrodden one day emotionally because of the workload, etc. You who have been through the storm would be better able now to cushion such emotional blows for those teachers. So I really do think it's a positive thing as it relates to the teaching and learning process.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Chambers. I'm sure we can all relate to what you have said. Mr. Ferguson, with your level of experience and performance, you were chosen to lead the team of mentors for the young male teachers in the Marcus Garvey Technical High School. Share with us how your experience has been so far.
Well, thank you very much. I think it is befitting that I've been given the course of mentorship, well, especially male mentorship, based on my involvement in JTA, study circle, and of course the wealth of experience I've garnered from teaching a number of years, from the primary system to the secondary system. Right? The approach here at Marcus Garvey Technical is one in which I've utilized a three-pronged approach. One, preventative, corrective, and supportive. Preventative to prevent things from happening. Corrective to try to correct some of the issues that we've had, especially with teachers committing infringement or breaching the code of regulations is concerned. And also a supportive one in which persons who have a certain level of experience and skill in the system, we basically teach them and guide them as a way forward and really acceptable, really to behave in an acceptable manner, or to develop a certain level of professionalism that is accepted in the education system. So far, the experience with coaching and mentoring some of our teachers, male teachers, especially young ones, has been fulfilling. I've seen where some behavior have changed, and I think the principal and other school administrators is really appreciative of the effort made to really get those persons to better understand the expectation of the school administration, the Ministry of Education, and at large, what is expected in making them a professional teacher.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ferguson. Okay, I will now go over to our very young and promising junior teachers. I want to give you a chance to share what it has been like for you to know that you have mentors in the school that you can turn to for support. How has this project helped you in being a young teacher in the school? I'm going to start with Miss Dennis.
All right. Being given a mentor has been very instrumental in my undertaking my duties as a new teacher to this Marcus Garvey family. I find that having a mentor has made me more efficient in carrying out my duties, because going into a new school, you are exposed to a new culture, different environment, and having a mentor made the transition from my old school into a new school easier. Echoing the sentiment of Miss Chambers, where she says the emotional aspect, there are times when I do feel downtrodden, and being able to converse with my mentor has made me more effective on the job. The mentor counseled me, and by having that person to talk to, who has given you this listening ear, I am now able to undertake my duties and responsibilities more effectively. So mentorship to me is a positive thing, and it is a plus, and it is needed in every school.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dennis. Mr. Williamson.
Yes. Having a mentor has been pivotal to my development. I mean, a mentor actually acts as an advocate for your performances and achievements throughout the institution. A mentor is vital in the role that he provides, answers any questions, provides you with the expectations needed. A mentor basically bridges the gap between you and achieving your first goal. It's like he cements the rails on the bridge for you to be guided effectively over towards development. So having a mentor is very vital, and schools across the island should implement a program towards having mentors guiding young teachers for them to be holistically developed. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williamson. Mr. Watson, let us hear your views.
Well, I think it is very important to have a mentor, because on more than one occasions, as a new teacher to any school or to the Marcus Garvey Technical High School, I've had my own share of obstacles that my mentors helped me, or mentors, because I don't just have one mentor, because there are more than one person that I can go to at different points, to relate to, for different information, for different assistance, so as to be more effective and more efficient on the job. So the mentorship program to me is one of vital importance.
Thank you very much, Mr. Watson. Okay, in concluding, I would just like to say thank you for coming, and I am very proud of the way this project is going. I can see that the section or the arm of mentorship is working very effective in the school. I want to thank all the listeners that are joining in today. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast, and I invite you to subscribe, to follow up, to see what is happening with the mentorship project at the Marcus Garvey Technical High School. I thank you. Good afternoon.